All right, so we had some good trades today, some bad decisions, but I ended up following my rules. I stayed disciplined. I stopped trading when I broke some of my rules, and we're finishing up almost $100 in like, what is this? Half an hour of trading. So not good, not great, but not bad, because this is one of those days where I would have been fairly massively red. So I had a couple good trades on the SPY. Where is it here? My initial bias was that the SPY was going to sell off hard and make new lows. So when that didn't immediately happen, I think that was like right in here. Like I first had the calls for the bounce, and I didn't sell them when we broke this trend line. So I should have done that. I should have noticed that my original plan was to take this short under this area right here. If we tested it, we failed it, we came back up, double topped, and finally fell off. But I was switching back and forth. I had calls and I was up $100, and then I sold them at break even, and then I took the puts and I sold them at a tiny loss, and then I took the puts again. So I was just getting kind of flip-flopped around on my plan, whereas if I'd have just taken this one trade, instead of being up only $100 because I got in late, I would have been up maybe $300, $400 if I'd have just followed my plan and got in when I was supposed to. But I'm still learning, and I'm happy that I was able to learn these lessons without spending too much money. So hold on, I'm going to turn my camera up. For some reason it's really dark. There we go. So what happened first? No, that is not what I meant to click. What happened first? Let's open the live trades for today. So like I said here, I started in the calls. I just bought in, and then I started recording. I always do that. I forget to record. But I bought 5 contracts, about $500, almost $600 actually, right down here towards 270.50. So what I should have done was, like I said, sold them as it broke out here of this trend line, because my initial plan was that in this area I was going to go short on the SPY, and we were going to tank through lows. So I was up $80, $90 here. I should have taken it, but I thought we were maybe going to make a bigger move, or I don't know. Like I said, I kind of got shaken off my plan, and that's one of the mistakes that I made today. So what I did correctly was that I sold it back on the way down for break even, or was it right here? Or like a 1 cent or 2 cent loss or something. And then plus commissions, I only lost $12. So that was good. But then I took, did I take these puts? Yeah, and then I took the puts. So I chased the puts, which was not a good idea. I got in this area, and then I sold them for a tiny loss, and then I stepped back and I said, listen, follow your original plan, start building a short position in the area that you wanted to. So that's what I started to do. I had 5 contracts, and then I had 10 contracts here. And then as we move on, where was I? I was adding, yes. Okay, so I was adding in this area because this is where I originally wanted to get short. And I thought that I'd missed my 2 opportunities right here, but we got another one, so I added from 10 to 20 contracts. This is a $600 position, which is against my rules because my max position size is 400, but I was willing to keep my max $100 loss rule, and we never crossed over $100 of a loss. And then once we came back down, where is it? It finally started to get into profit. So this is my next mistake. My next trading error was that I took the wrong strike price. I took the 260s. This is so far out of the money that even with this giant move downwards, I'm down. I'm down 20%, because this choppiness really kills the implied volatility on the option, and therefore it kills the, there we go, it kills the premium. So it moved in my favor, of course. We're already down here under 271, but I'm down. So that was frustrating. I would have been up maybe $100 at this point if I had have chosen the 270s or the Yeah, probably the 270s is what I should have chose, but just I was way too far out of the money, and I don't really know why I did that. I think I was just trying to get a cheap contract price or something, but that was a mistake. So I'm not going to do that again. But it did end up making this move down here, and we made it to my target of around 270, just under 270. I started to wait for weakness, and then I started selling the contracts. You can see I sold 5. I'm starting to lock in some profits. Another 5, 2, 2. I'm just taking profits in this area. So this area is the 269.70 area. 269.70. Like I said, the level was 270, so let's use 270. So I got that level from the daily. I knew that it's respected this level a couple times. Where was it? Do we have to go back further? No. Where was it? Oh, sorry, this line, right. So this line right in here, we can see that it respected it twice right here. We came down, we bounced, we came down, we bounced. We came back up, and we kind of pivoted around it and came back down. And then finally we broke out, and we came back down right to 270. And so that's where I got this level from, because I was looking for a good level under here, because I couldn't really find any. So I used 270, and then I looked for weakness, strength, I guess, because I was short. I was looking for strength. And then when that started to happen, I started to cover. So that was the plan. I made $105 in that trade. If I hadn't have screwed up, like I said, I would have been up $300 or $400 or something like that. So with a max risk of around $50 to $100, that would have been a better risk reward trade. So due to my trading errors and choosing the wrong option, I only locked in this much, but I'm still happy with that considering the mistakes that I made and the fact that these are pretty much worthless now. The 260 puts, the 260 puts are worth 7 cents, 8 cents right now, and I was selling them at like 30 and 40, you can see down here. So that's good that I still followed my plan even though I screwed it up, but that's what happened today. What else was I going to say? So implied volatility was just so high on the SPY that any sort of consolidation just killed the premium. Now, if we look at Tesla here, Tesla was beautiful. Tesla broke out of... Tesla like triple bottomed here, 1, 2, 3, and then it came back up. It broke out of this ascending like wedge pre-market. You can see here that this is pre-market right here. And then at the open, it was just beautiful. We came right back down to this line. We tested it, and then just off to the races. Like Tesla is up almost 10% at this point. And some of the calls here, can I move this over so I can show you? Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, so the calls here, if you had chosen the 300 calls, they went from $1.12, and they're almost at $10 right now. 800%. And I missed out on that. I saw Tesla pre-market, but it was up, and I thought, well, everything's going down, and my bias is down, so I can't take it. So that was another mistake. I didn't take my bread and butter setup, which is a breakout and then a dip buy back on support. So that would have been a nice win, even only up to this target here. The contracts were at $5 from $1. So, and then if I'd held on to here, they were $7.50. And then again, now they're at like $10. So that would have been the play. That was the play today. Hopefully we can get at it again tomorrow. Happy that I'm finishing today green. And if you have any questions, please leave them down there. I'll be happy to answer them. So we'll see you later.